Hey everybody, welcome back. It's DJ, aka Five Guitars Guy. So it's the Jam and Series week. Let's get into it. First things first, I'll show you what I got for technique. So for technique, I'm still gonna figure that whole thing out. So um, quick recap: I'm working on making sure I fret properly, pick properly, and yeah, those would be the main two things. So for fretting, I'm still making sure I uh, shoot my fingers forward so I can properly hit with the tip. Still working on that. I'm still down here as far as making sure I can properly stretch on that just to get those reps in. A little easier on the Fender, but yeah, still a ways out on these frets up closer to the headset. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to stretch on that one. I still have to actually move the fingers or just take them off. So I'm working on that. And then for picking, I'm still working on how I hold the pick for best strumming, especially when it comes to dealing with those upstrokes, because it's those are still kind of funky compared to my downstrokes. And making sure I try to keep the fingers in for when I need to. It's easy enough on one or two strings. I just got to make sure it's good for the whole sweeping thing. So yeah, that's where I am with working on that. Especially the stretching part is as important. You'll see in a moment. But anyway, that's about it for technique. Next up, guitar theory. For guitar theory, I managed to do some reading. The problem is, I know what these words mean, but when they put them together like this, I'm confused. It's kind of weird. Like I said last time, I'm still getting into the parts where they're talking about, you know, uh, what do they call it? Yeah, intervals, and things like thirds, inverted thirds, so on and so forth. And then they get into flats and sharps. I figure, yeah, I think I can kind of understand, especially with the pictures. But as far as how I'd actually be able to use it, I'm still not sure yet. And then I've actually finished reading that part. I'll have to try playing some of this just to see if I can understand it. But I figure I'm on to the next part, which talks about working with chords. Of the title of the chapter is harmonizing the major scale to form triads and chords. Confusing because like I said, I know what those words mean, even triads and chords when it comes to playing guitar. But I'm like, how do I use this? Kind of interesting, but yeah, a whole lot to read, a whole lot to understand, and a whole lot to figure out how to play. But yeah, right now that's about what I've got for guitar theory. I figure once I actually make heads or tails of it, I'll play a little something just so you can see what I got. But yeah, that's it. Next up, genre.
I used to have a job, but I got laid off. I used to have a wife, but she said she had enough. I used to have a car, but it got repossessed. It seemed the Lord had found someone he likes to test. I've lost all the man could lose, that's why I sing the blues.
So to start off, I'm gonna set it to the first one that actually sounded like something I work with Blues Junior. And so far for how all that relates in the blues at this point, for technique, I got to get good at stretching because that riff that I play pretty much every time, there's also a different version that I've been working on as well that involves the pinky. So instead of just playing this, I also try to practice doing this. Yeah, so for that one, I got to make sure I get that good stretch, so I'm not pulling everything out of whack. Plus, for some reason, I keep hitting the upper string by accident, so I got to make sure I'm not hitting with my pad just straight up. Got to make sure I curl it in. That sounds fun. As for guitar theory, I'm guessing I could probably figure out how those notes are related somehow. I think it's a whole step. That's all I got. I don't really know much more about how they go together, but it does sound nice. And then uh, one other thing I'm working on is kind of a blues riff that I'm pretty sure everyone's heard. So I was trying to figure out if I want to use it as an intro to that part, or if I want to try to close out with it. I imagine I could do both if I figured out how to play that better. But basically, it's just this thing. I figured that would be a good intro. I'm still trying to figure out there's a way I heard it where I could use it as an outro, where instead of playing this part, I could end it with like an E chord. Still trying to figure that one out. Sounds kind of off. Maybe I just have to work on exactly how I throw in that chord as far as on which beat. So it could work. Or try one of the others. I figured learning more about guitar theory could tell me how that goes together or what would go together better. So yeah, that's something to work on. In the meantime, yeah, I'll play the whole bar thing for that other one I'm working on, just so you can hear how that's coming along. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I can't wait to build on that. But that's what I got so far. So yeah, that's where jamming's coming so far. I still feel like I'm behind on the others, but I got something coming now. Plus, I just love the way that riff sound. The 12 bar blues are amazing to me, so I'm gonna keep going with that till I really get something going. Anyway, this is DJ, aka Five Guitars Guy. See you.